Hello. Very sorry for the delay. I had a small problem with my computer, so I'm very sorry. We are very pleased to meet you again today. It will be a very quick webinar today regarding a very new service with LCA. So LCA will introduce themselves as our new partner in legal assistance. So you will have a small introduction about their company and their services regarding MPL and the partnership. Then Matteo from MPL Care Insurance will introduce you to Barbara, that will speak about transportations and insurance during the COVID-19. And then I will come back to you with small updates regarding MPL. So now, Davide, you can speak about your new partnership with MPL. Thank you.
Hello, Sophie. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. My name is Davide Magnolia, and I am a partner at LCA Studio Legale. First of all, it's a tremendous honor to be here and to be part of this kind of project with MPL. And so let's the ball rolling, and I will provide you with a quick presentation of our law firm and of the project started with MPL. I will upload my slides. Okay, here you are. LCA Studio Legale, LCA Studio Legale is an independent law firm based in Milan with over 150 lawyers and accountants working for them. We are basically specialized in all area, and we can provide assistance to you in for any kind of claim and for any kind of assistance throughout the world. As you can see from our slides and from our brochure, we have an international approach. We have a network with over 100 partners all around the world. We can cover any area and any country throughout the world. In particular, we can cover main ports throughout the world. So if you have any problem, we can put in contact with our network and with a well-deserved law firm in any country. As you can see, we have several departments. We have a very strong corporate and commercial law department, M&A, capital market. But in general, just to make a long story short, we have a department covering any area of the law, and in particular, we have a strong department of shipping, transportation, and logistics. We are more than 12 lawyers in our department, and we can cover any kind of requests for any kind of casualties for sea, road, rail, or air carriage. This project with MPL is basically aimed at granting to all the members assistance worldwide. We are at your full disposal to provide you with assistance if you have a claim in any part of the world. You just need to send an email to a dedicated email account, and probably you will have already received by Sophie or by Robert the email account dedicated to the legal assistance, but I can say it to you now, is legalassistance@marcopololine.com. Don't worry, you will receive after the webinar an email with this address. So let me say you that if you have any kind of problem, send an email to that address, and you will be put in contact with us. We will take in charge the problem, and we will provide you any kind of assistance so to sort out the problem and so to address you to a well-reputed and distinguished partner in any kind of country. I'm very happy to say also that we will provide, of course, a favorable tariff for each member. That's why we consider that this kind of assistance very profitable and very favorable for each member. I think that to have a clear picture of this service, I think that the main characteristics of this service is the high quality, and I think that the high quality and the responsive services to your requests. We can grant you a 24/7 assistance, and we can provide you a very timely response for any kind of requests. So that's pretty much all. I can repeat that if you have any problem, you will receive the address, the email address where you can send all your requests, any kind of requests, not only shipping and transportation, but any kind, also corporate, M&A, administrative law, criminal law, any kind. That's pretty much all for this very short presentation. And now I will leave the floor to Giacomo, that is my partner in crime in this very good project, and he will we will provide you with an overview of the mood and the tensions in Italy and all around Europe. So I leave the floor to Giacomo, and thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Davide. Good day, everybody. I'm very glad to be here with you today. As Davide already anticipated, my very brief speech of today will be centered on the NDs. That is one of the key issues related to the pandemic in the shipping industry. COVID outbreak has changed the way this world works and is expected to continue to influence the movement of global economies, human resources, and the medical field and supply chain for the foreseeable future. Several ports around the world were either closed or working under limitation conditions, with several restrictions imposed on the normal port activities. Global trade has been severely impacted and is undergoing strain as never before. Now, many countries, between them Italy too, are experiencing the reopening of almost all the activities. Anyway, during the lockdown, the shipping industry played a high pivotal role in ensuring that the flow of goods continues, especially the flow of critical and essential goods all around the world. While this happens on one side, there were also cases where non-essential or non-critical goods are being shipped to and from various countries. The shutdown of the business activities in many countries caused that several goods got stuck in between ports. Due to the lockdown, many importers in many countries have faced and are still facing problems to pick up their containers from the port in time. This could be due to port congestion caused by vessels berthing delays due to limited labor or governmental regulations that does not allow them to pick up non-essential goods, or the relevant documentation hasn't reached the customer to secure cargo release from the shipping line. Another frequent reason, such as the one occurred in Italy during the lockdown mostly, was that the consignees were shut down and thus they had no chance to collect the cargo. Whatever the reason is, this situation caused a major inconvenience to all, including consignee and the ports, not to mention some of the shippers who may have shipped goods based on Incoterms that necessitate cargo delivery at destination before funds are received. In the first place, shipping lines were quite strong in requiring payments of D&Ds because of the economical problems due to the decrease of the traffic. This situation caused that high amounts have been accrued by shippers and consignees that had no chance to pick up the goods. In this framework, we are now analyzing under a legal standpoint the position of beneficial cargo owners with respect to the charging by shipping line of D&D's costs when, as under Italian law, they had no chance to pick up the goods at the port of destination. The solution to the main question on who shall bear the costs related to the consequences of the pandemic lays on the concept of force majeure and on its applicability to the specific case. The concept of the force majeure under juridical system both of civil law, such as the Italian one, and of common law, such as the English one, are similar, although not identical. Under the Italian law, there is not a codified rule defining what a force majeure is. The exemption of liability is, on the contrary, connected to two eventual different aspects: the intervened impossibility to perform the obligation under a contract and the intervened excessive onerousness of the performance by the debtor. Both such preconditions shall be a consequence of facts that are not attributable to or foreseeable by the debtor, that shall also experience an impossibility to avoid such event. Under the English law, instead, the force majeure is, similarly, a superior force that prevents the party from performing its obligations. The concept of force majeure is connected with the concept of act of God, that is regarded as an event that is due to natural causes without human intervention, and that could not have been prevented by any moment by human being. By using reasonable foresight or care. According to English law and according to case law, force majeure shall apply when the affected party demonstrates that it was physically or legally impossible for it to carry out the obligation, or that it was hindered from being able to perform its obligations. In both the juridical systems, applying the concepts above to the coronavirus outbreak, there is certainly a strong argument that it would be regarded as a force majeure or act of God. The fact that we are still learning about the characteristics of the virus is a strong indicator that it could not have been prevented by reasonable care or foresight. In the light of the above, it could be that when the shipping lines will require D&Ds, the beneficial cargo owners can legitimately oppose the force majeure act of God to exclude their liability before the court. Nonetheless, any case shall be investigated in the specific to ascertain whether the exemption can be applied in the specific matters. For example, if the beneficial cargo owners ground their defense on the impossibility to collect their cargo at their premises because of the lockdown, it would be not a physical impossibility to take consignment of the goods, since the container would have been picked up, discharge of the goods, then stored in a warehouse, and the container delivered back. So shipping lines could also raise the exemptions of the existence of the pre-pull service by the road carriers, in case the beneficial cargo owners does have no idea on where to store the goods, waiting for the reopening of their premises. And here we can turn upside down our perspective. Shipping lines are experiencing force majeure and act of God too. If shipper or consignees can hold the equipment without paying D&Ds, they can experience a shortage of the equipment that will cause them some operative trouble in the business. So, and I conclude, who shall bear the cost of the consequences of COVID on the D&Ds? Unfortunately, even under a legal standpoint, there are no certainties. So far, the only solution practicable is to seek for commercial agreements in order to split the burden caused by the pandemic between the stakeholders. This is also the solution taken by the American Federal Maritime Commission, which ordered that supply chain stakeholders should have engaged in public or non-public discussion to identify commercial solutions to such problems. So this is the general point on the D&Ds nowadays. That's it for my side. Now I leave the floor to Matteo of Care International. Thank you very much for listening.
Good day, everyone. It is my pleasure to take part again to a Marco Polo Line webinar, and I am happy to see how the cooperation with Marco Polo Line and LCA law firm has gone forwards. In the second part of this webinar, we will review some insurance aspects that may be interesting for you all. As you know, Care is the official insurance broker of Marco Polo Line, and we have been providing for years bespoke covers at dedicated conditions to many members of Marco Polo Line worldwide. Today we have a special guest in the person of Barbara Vida from Liberty Insurance in Milan. She has supported MPL Marine Insurance since the beginning, actually, of this project, and Liberty is the international insurance company that has insured many MPL members so far. So it is now my pleasure to introduce her, and she will explain to you all how Liberty has the perfect structure to follow MPL freight forwarders. These insurers many services, from the underwriting side to the claims and much more. It does somehow perfectly matches our own services as brokers to the members, and it's the service that that you have come to appreciate in the past few years. And so we think it really is the perfect cooperation in your interest between brokers and insurers in order to provide you with the best available service and marine insurance product. So if you have any question, again, also on the insurance side, not just the legal side, feel free to provide your question to us, and we will be happy to reply to this question at the end of the webinar. Or if you are just watching the registration of this webinar, you can also send us an email, and we will be pleased to assist you on that. So, Barbara, over to you now.
Yes, here I am. Hello to everybody. It's a pleasure to join this meeting with MPL, the legal office, and Care. And I would like to present Liberty around the world and Italy in Italy. And sorry, I prepared a few slides just to show you who is Liberty and who can help you in all your activity. So Liberty, it's a big insurance company. As you can see from this slide, we are 45,000 employees around the world with more than 800 global offices. And it's the 7th insurance company for property and casualty. And for the US fortune, we are, this is a news just received this morning from our head office. We are 77th position in this list. So I think it's an important result for Liberty Global. From Standard & Poor's, we have an A+ result as a strong, so we can satisfy also this necessity for the members of MPL. The second slide, I wanted to present you what is Milan, Liberty Milan. Liberty Milan was born practically in 2016, sorry, and therefore we are quite new. But the big result we reached during these 3 years at the end of 2019 are an important number, because as you can see, we start in 2016 with $35 million and as a gross written premium, and 36 employees and 21 underwriters. We are now at the end of 2019 and 53 million, and the number of employees has increased to 40, but we are just now to 42 in 2020 with 23 underwriters. We can cover almost all kind of business. We are specialized in respect of care and of MPL for cargo coverage. But as you can see, we have several line of business. Now I would like to show you how has born our relationship with care and with MPL. Due to a very good relationship and a professional relationship partnership with care, we studied a particular project a few years ago, studied by care and supported by us. And we discover a new opportunity to offer support to all your association and all your members. And at the beginning, I follow you in my previous experience in another American insurance company, and I joined Liberty at the end of 2017. And always thanks to care, we continue with Liberty as cargo department to follow and to cover specific necessity of the members of MPL. In Liberty Milan, we have a cargo claim department dedicated only to cargo, with a colleague that only follow cargo business and all cargo claims. And it's a pleasure for me to follow you since the very beginning, and I think now since more than 5 years. Liberty cargo department studied with care two kind of policy to support the members of MPL. One policy is all risk policies based on the value of the goods shipped, and the coverage is in respect of all damages to the goods transported by truck, vessel, airplane, any kind of means of conveyance. We can cover territorial limits worldwide, with the only exception with the sanctioned countries. But these sanctioned countries, being we are an American company, so we are subject to compliance sanction regulation. But all your shipment, even if you will have a necessity to ship goods in that countries, previous your advice, we can submit your request to our compliance, and generally, if they don't find anything particular difficult, they always agree. And what else? We can cover all kinds of goods. Some members of your association already knows us because we have a stronger relationship, and they know that we can help them with also with a particular goods, maybe sometimes excluded, but if we study the particular case, we can agree. The second type of policy is the freight forwarders liability policy, and we wrote this for the liability of your members. This is the coverage in respect of all the goods of your clients, and can cover all liability that the member has in respect of many aspects. Now I don't want to be so long, so the slide maybe you can read, and if you want you can ask a question later. but the most important is the liability, your liability in respect of the goods that the client gives you, some other for the defense cost, and the various expenses that can arising from your liability. To the end of this, few words about COVID-19. We, as Liberty, are proud to say to all of you that starting from the beginning, I mean the end of February, just the beginning of March, we start to work at home, but everything is working very, very well. And we are in touch all day with our tool. Therefore, we don't have problem to face our broker, clients of our broker, and everything. We are present and we are here to help you. In respect of COVID-19, if we see this problem from the cargo insurance, we can say that our main point is to support your client. This, I mean, to help the client in respect of an economical or financial situation. So we can give, for example, extension of policy to better understand the financial moment of the client. We can offer the possibility to split the premium in various installments to easy face the situation. To be also flexible to the adjustment premium, because we are assured that at the end of 2020 we will see a decrease of turnover, so we can study a particular plan for the members for the payment of this adjustment, and we are ready to find a solution for each one of you. And in this particular moment, the problem of the goods can be the storage, because maybe the goods can leave the warehouse, but it's impossible to arrive at the final destination. So therefore, there will be a storage maybe longer than the usual one. So just ask, and we can find the solution for each of you. I hope to have give you just a very fast, but I hope a clear vision of Liberty, what Liberty is. And if you have a question at the end, as Matteo said before, we are ready to answer what you desire. Thanks for joining this meeting.
Matteo, can you hear me? Okay. Echo, I don't know if you can see my presentation. I hope so. I would like to give you some refresh and some news regarding the membership, because we think that it's very important to update you, because we always, as you know, send you many emails and many reminders regarding the memberships, the person who leave, the person who come in MPL, and we think it's very important for you to remind you something. So very quick.
Presentazione, Sofì, per
Excuse
favore.
me, cosa?
Modalità presentazione per delle slide.
Così. Ci siamo? Ci sei?
Perfetto.
Okay. I'm sorry. So a very quick reminder for you to remind you that some companies decided to leave this year because obviously of the crisis. and some others we actually have decided ourselves to not renew them because maybe someone was not so active, and we have decided to give the priority obviously to those who give a lot of let's say availability, whom are very active within the group. So to sum up, WWR in India decided to leave because they preferred to give more to keep their business in MPL in USA. 3CX from France was not active enough, so we've decided to not renew their membership. The same for Litrans from Brazil. Bankmark India was not a good payer, as also Metro in Georgia, so we decided to not renew their membership. Then Global Union Alliance from Saudi Arabia resigned, Fast Freight Spain, Nora Djibouti and Ethiopia, Frontier United in Australia, but they have also been substituted by another number. We'll see and we'll remind you who it is afterwards. Then Ryumar it's not India actually, but it's Israel, decided to leave because they had an internal problem. Probably some of you knows it. LCA Logistics from Madagascar, MBA and Kubox Colombia, RSV, sorry, in India left also. TBI France and Collier. We have expelled E2E in Singapore and Global Shipping Logistics in Peru because they were not active and good payers. Rail and Sales South Africa is facing some problem at the moment, so she has very been honest with us, saying that she wanted to stay in MPL, but she preferred to leave and renew the membership next year, so she will come back next year. We have decided to not renew Team Work Cargo Service in Brazil because they were not so active. LSM Angola left, GNC Logistics in Costa Rica too, LF Global Logistics Philippines, Golden Global Logistics in Oman, Aerosing Uganda, but we know Stephen very well, and we know that he will, and he said it to me, he confirmed it to me, he will join again in Uganda next year. Crown Logistics in Jordan left, World Port Logistics Bangladesh was, I would say, a bit worried about the situation, the COVID situation too, so they decided to leave at the moment, but they will probably renew next year. Ningbo Sailing decided to leave. Frank Leo was not so active, so it is a common agreement that they left. And Transfloyd Egypt left also. Actually, it is a new from today, yeah, because they didn't respect their engagement. I would have, okay, another slide regarding the new partners from the beginning of this year. So we have welcomed Venture Freight in Australia, Fox Brazil, Across Logistics in China, because they also are in Spain, as you know. We will welcome very soon, we are waiting for the payment from Egypt, El Khalifa Cargo Services and Panda Logistics in China. Tramarati France joined, Jet Freight Logistics India, Translot Express India, Zusten Backmeyer in Switzerland, IFS in Tunisia, Andrews Shipping in UK, and Surrey Logistics in Uruguay. We have many contacts, others contacts that probably will join, and they will decide to join very soon. And that's it for this this topic. I would like to remember all of you that you should look at the website very often, please. It is very important because those news are obviously updated now because we are speaking between each other, but before going ahead with your shipments, please look at the website. It's very important. It's very important to know that they are covered by the PPP, and it is also a way to look at the new website that we have also improved. As you saw, we have inserted a blog section. We have invited all of you to feel free to use the service until the 31st of December. Use it. It can promote your company. It helps you to promote your company very easily. You just have to ask me for active use section, and you will be able to use the service. And I guess that is it. So I'm not sure if we have any questions and answers. Is somebody can help me on this, because I'm just on my slides now. Matteo, can you see something?
No, Sophie, there is
Nothing. Okay, nothing. Sorry, I was on my slide. Okay, so I would like to thank you very much for participating to this second webinar. We thank you and we welcome LCA, our new partner in legal assistance from, let's say, today, okay, officially. I am sure that you will be very, very glad of this new service. We remind you that we have also MPL Care that can help you for the insurances and all the matters. We, as you well know, are trying to improve our services very much. We are trying to find new ideas to improve MPL, listening to your ideas and to your needs. And we plan also to organize others webinar during this situation very soon. We will let you know. We will send you some emails regarding that. And this webinar is obviously recorded, and it will be on our channel, a YouTube channel, within, I guess, maybe let's hope tomorrow. Thank you very much, and see you very soon. Bye-bye.